here we are. We're looking at doing a bit of a flow work through, I guess, in Premiere Pro. And one of the first things that I'm going to do is, with all the footage that I've taken, I'm now trying to put it into an organized fashion. So I'm creating a whole stack of bins and putting all the different footage I have in there so I know what's going on. So initially what I thought was, because I had two cameras set up at the same time to film, I thought I'd go ahead and try to do a multicam. And I realized for some reason it wasn't actually syncing. And so I thought about it and realized I don't actually need to use a multicam in this because it's a music video, there's no audio to be synced. So I just left it instead of trying to pursue it. Next thing I've done is I've tried to get a title. I wasn't able to get it from the Adobe Cloud. So I've created my own. And the idea I had was, how can I make it pop, make it very simple, yet still give it a slight effect. So what I went ahead and did is I played around with it, and I had a few issues for some reason. You know, when I changed a few things around, it wasn't quite working. So anyway, when that didn't work, I have in the past had to sort of save my project, close the program, come back to it a bit later. So what I tried to do is actually set up my beginning sequence shots, because it obviously was a few takes that obviously not all of them were used. So, and I put in the last sort of scenes that I kind of want to have. And so what happens is then I just sort of input all the sort of the body, because already I have a bit of a vision for what I want to try to achieve, and I have a time restraint because I've chosen the song first. Now in choosing the song first, that allows me to go, okay, well this is a sort of flow of the song, this is how long it is, and so it gives me some parameters and the sort of flavor I want to work with. I'm now sort of entering in the sequence. So what I tried to do was actually make everything of the same length where possible, but wasn't all possible because of the way that I was actually walking into the frame and sitting down. And also I had an issue because in one of my shots I accidentally left a pair of shoes, which you probably pick up when you actually watch the final video. Now I tried to get rid of it in a bit of a really obscure sense. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. As you can see, I'm fixing it up now. But I thought, you know what? That's part and parcel of filming by yourself. You're going to make mistakes. I personally didn't want to reset up the shot. So while I've shot everything, I've left the cameras exactly the way they are. Now I did this without a script, without planning, and so I made quite a few judgment errors. And that obviously had its effect later on when I tried to get my final scene, and obviously with the shoe. So obviously you may not be able to see that some of the shots went out of focus now because I deliberately put it on a face tracking. So I was trusting that the algorithm when I was shooting with my cameras were going to work. And that was for one of my cameras. The other camera was shot on manual the whole time, so it kept consistency. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I actually had this idea of this Brady Bunch type viewing where I had 9 of the characters that I created in the actual shot. So the tricky part was actually getting them all aligned. So what I've done is I've renamed all of them. I've also created new layers to be able to add all of them in there. And I then adjusted them slightly so it's actually equal. Now I thought about putting in the lines and whatever else, but I just sort of went, you know what, no, don't worry about it. And I don't want them to come in all at the same time, so what I tried to do was actually sort of offset them. And in offsetting them, it'll just give it a different look. And trying to get that with the music and also having some sort of equal cutting so it wasn't sort of so random was one of my other plans. So you can kind of see it sort of works. Now, once again, you'll see that I'll trim this back a little bit later. And the reason I trim it back later is because I had other footage that I needed to include, because I had some B-roll, and some of the B-roll was actually okay, but some of it didn't work as well. So one of the things I had learned from this is that I want to keep the lighting consistent. So it means that I'm turning it off from auto white balance, and I should have turned it on to a custom setting. And so when I do with a custom setting, it makes it a little bit easier to actually have a consistent looking black background amongst other things, because in this particular sort of editing that I'm doing right now, you can actually see that I'm trying to mask around to sort of give it this look, but I realized it doesn't look good on the side angle, and I kind of knew it wouldn't, and I realized that it wasn't going to work well with the front side either, so I kind of just left it. So this is why here I am just trying to figure this thing out, and I just had some issues because the pen tool wasn't exactly marking out the way I wanted it to at times, and then sometimes it would. And like I said, I just wasn't getting quite the look that I wanted to get. So at the end of it all, I did some color adjustments to sort of give it some more uniformity. So that uniformity really kind of helped that actual shot. And that was to help symbolize this idea of these fake people actually wanting to go away. And that was the sort of idea that I had. As you can now see, I'm sort of adding into the B-roll, working out what is a good shot, because I tried shooting it sort of still, and I obviously rolled it a little bit, and as you can see, I've gone ahead and tilted up and then tilted down, and so I've at least got one shot that sort of blends in. But I had to reverse the scenes, so it won't really matter in B-roll, but it was just something that I had to try to fix. So now I'm kind of going, alright, I've got most of the ideas that I wanted in here. I actually thought I was going to be low on footage in the end, but in actual fact, it actually worked out to be probably just enough for this particular music video thingy, music clip. And what I did is actually, when to come in terms of the music, what I did is I actually found a lot online, and whilst doing it online, I was trying to find something that had a bit of vocals, that I could actually have a bit of character, which would actually stem me the idea which I had for this particular video. So I'll move on from there and talk about what I'm doing on screen at the moment, which is actually creating all the titles. Now I imported from another screen a lot of these free presets you can just get online. So I've imported it into my effects area. And what I've done is I've actually had a bit of a play with it, with some of the effects, just to sort of see what I'm actually looking at. And in doing so, I wanted to keep the writing fairly consistent as well. I didn't want to completely drastically change it, and that's more for that continuity. You probably see at the beginning, actually I'll talk about this now, is I had this shot where I set it up, with two people with the audition sign and all the rest of it, and the framing was still very difficult to do. And when I was doing it, I thought, well, what clever trick can I possibly use to kind of showcase what I'm actually doing, yet at the same time not cut the clip? And so what I did is I changed a lot of in the effects area, the sort of position and movement, and added some keyframes in there to be able to do that. Alright, so what I've tried to do here is actually this sort of the coloration. I definitely in my mind wanted to have it as a blue tint. And the reason I wanted it to be blue is that creates a little bit of coldness around the characters, a bit of unfamiliarity as it were, and so hopefully the audience can pick it up, like at least at a subconscious level, if not a conscious level for those who are probably aware of this. And I tried to do the whole coloration, but it just didn't work because I realized that I wanted to actually warm it up in my last sort of scenes, as you'll see in a second. Also, I didn't want it to sort of just end with, okay, cool position filled. It was more about, like, what is friendship? Now, obviously, it's hard to do with myself because I've already introduced so many other characters that are fake. It'd be hard, I thought, be hard for me to introduce a new, brand new character right at the end to illustrate the point. Now, I'm sure you can, but I just chose not to. So instead, I kind of went for a quirky ending, which is obviously the use of a dog, which I actually think worked well, although once again, that's a bit tricky for those people who may not have pets. The other thing I'll make mention of is that, as you can see what's going on screen, I'm literally pressing enter, and what's actually happening is that sort of rendering a lot of these files, and for some reason I think I was using some other stuff on the computer, and as a result it's rendering quite slowly, but that's the way it is. there is another way that if you wanted to sort of speed up your editing time, and because your computer's a little bit slower, one of the things you can actually do is actually go ahead and look up how to create proxies. And what proxies actually do is you actually just click on the clip, or you can select a few. You can go right click, proxy, and that option allows you to shrink the files to a smaller resolution, and you'll edit with those. And so this means with your higher resolution shots, it's not going to sort of chew it up, and you can always link back to those higher resolution shots when you finally export the video. So anyway, that's sort of my workflow. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed watching it. Thanks very much.